Hey, I'm Ashley. I was average kid, and my highest was about 310. I'm 5'7", so that's really big. And realized I need to set an example for my son. Need to lose weight.
Hi, my name is Rina, and as a kid, I always thought I was fat, which I wasn't. And then I became fat and realized that now I'm fat.
My name is Dee. I'm also known as Fat Chick in a Barn. I started out as kind of a average to skinny kid, and then as an adult, I put on some pounds.
Hello, YouTube, and welcome to the Body Honesty Project. My name is Lydia, and today we are doing another panel discussion. Now, this group of panelists were not fat their entire lives. No, they were actually average or even thin children. Then later on in life put on weight, and also later in life had to start losing weight, proving to themselves that their weight gain wasn't genetic. It was food. I really enjoyed this conversation, and I hope you do too. So, on with the panel. So my first question for all of you is, at what age did you start to gain weight?
Well, as I said, I always thought I was fat, which I really wasn't. And I started dieting and all of that since age 20, when I was absolutely normal weight for my height, for my body type. But then after giving birth to my daughter at 25, I started to actually gain weight. And then couple of years in, I had a very, very stressful situation in my life that lasted a few months. And then it all changed and lasted a few more years. And then I've gained a lot of weight.
Freshman 15 of college. That was it. Living in the dorms, gained. Actually, for me, it was more like the freshman 30. And I pretty much plateaued throughout college after I gained that initial. But then after college, 8 to 5 cubicle job over several years, it started to pack on. And it wasn't until my mom basically told me, you need to lose weight when I was about 28 or 27 and made me step on a scale and realized I was 268.8. I still remember that. And yeah, and so I lost it. Got my dream job, and then when my wife and I decided to have a child, I really packed it on, and then got up to my highest, which was 310, and that was like a week before I gave birth, and that was when I was 32. So I kept it off for a couple years, got pregnant, skyrocketed, and then been trying to bring it down the last few years.
I empathize. I know that I don't want to like empathize and you think I'm a skinny bitch, but like I do empathize with the pregnancy weight. Like I ate for two fucking linebackers in the first pregnancy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like I went from I'm
Yeah.
120, I went to 180. Like that's a lot for a small person. Like
I was I was 230 when I got pregnant. And I know I sent you the pictures, and
yeah.
so when with me holding my son, I'm 210. So I still look fairly normal even at like 210. So I was like 230. I stayed at that my entire first trimester. My second two trimesters is when I went from 230 to 310 in 2 trimesters. I don't know what happened, but I was clearly eating for an entire offensive line or something.
So I started gaining weight about age 25, and what had happened at that point in my life is I moved to the big city. I got a receptionist job, sat on my butt. I got engaged. And I also didn't cook anything. So I just started packing on the pounds, and I got up to 250 for 5'4".
At what age was that?
25.
25. Okay. And then you were a thin child, and then
Yeah, I was
lifestyle changed
pretty
everything.
Yeah, that's what changed is I was real, physical and active because I lived rurally. I had animals,
Mhm.
went hiking and did all that stuff. So then I moved when I moved to the big city about 25, to go to school, and I got a, sedentary job and engaged and started eating fast food all the time, and that's when I started gaining.
Right. Did you understand why you were gaining weight? Like, did you actually know it was food? Or did you believe any of the other stuff? Like, if my metabolism is slowing down, there must be something wrong with my chemical makeup. I don't eat that much. Why am I gaining weight? Like, I want to know, did you actually know it was food?
I was absolutely convinced it was my metabolism slowing because of all the stress I was under. And yeah, there was a lot of stress. But what it actually did, it was triggering constantly my binge eating disorder. And I was restricting as much as I could, but then I was overeating on sweets whenever possible. So yeah, I was telling that I go to the gym and I'm dieting and I'm eating grass. Basically, I call like I was there was a few days when I would eat only zucchini. That's for another question for gimmicks, weight loss gimmicks, I guess. But I did it to stop gaining weight because I wouldn't lose anything. But like you eat a whole package of cookies in one sitting. What would you expect? What would you expect to happen? But yeah, until very recently, I was convinced it was something wrong with my body because of stress.
Everybody talked about the freshman 15, and I was like, I'm just putting on the freshman 15. I didn't equate it to being anything other than, hey, people just put on weight when they go to college. Like, that's what they do. And then after college, it was just a denial, like, oh, these jeans are too tight. I'm going up in size. Oh, well, it's a different brand. Brands are size different. My mom will show me a photo, be like, oh, that's a bad angle. Like I was in pure denial. Like it's the angle, it's the brand of clothes. And so like I knew I put on weight in college, but I didn't equate it to anything other than that's what happens when you go to college, and then just pure denial after that. Pure.
So, Rena,
Yeah.
I want to know, I need to know, what is fat acceptance like in Europe? Like, when you were part of it, were you an anomaly?
First of all I wouldn't say for all of the Europe. I'm Ukrainian.
Okay.
In Ukraine, it's an anomaly, absolutely. Because it's still very much a patriarchy view of things, like women should be pretty, slim, and eye pleasing for men. But at the same time, we are a lot of American problems with the weight, from my point of view, is because of wealth and abundance of resources. We are much poorer, and we cook our food at home because junk is expensive. I wouldn't be considered fat person in America
No,
just because.
Nuh-uh.
no, you're not even small fat. You're not
Yeah.
even
Yeah,
small fat.
I
You're
may be
thin.
mid-size, but I posted a video, a reel on my Instagram with caption "clothes for plus size person," and I have this commented as "you're not plus size."
Yeah.
And I even Googled since which size starts plus size line,
Yeah.
and I'm on the lowest plus
Yeah.
size sizing.
When you were gaining weight, did the fat acceptance rhetoric deter you from wanting to lose it? Like, did it start to get into your head? Were you always aware that you needed to lose weight, or did you think, I'm good?
I always knew, even inside this community, I always knew that, yeah, that's not healthy. That's not good for me. Yeah, loving myself as I am in any size, it's great, but it's not good for me, and I need to change something.
I didn't know this movement existed until a couple of years ago, and following Alan and Papa Swolio and Michelle McDaniel, and follow all them, and I learned about it. I was like, this is insane. I always just knew it was unhealthy. Like, so
Mhm.
to even, I'm just so happy I didn't know about it because of how much denial I was in, and I think it was right around the right age because I was in college. I graduated in 2006. And so that was still kind of when stuff was kind of getting more out there on social media. And I was just focused on work or whatever that I never knew it existed.
So like back in the day, I had a friend group, and most of the girls were larger ladies. And they said, well, why would you bother dieting? Because 95% of diets fail, which I hate that statistic. I hate it because it's wrong. It's not true. And for like maybe a month, I was like, they're right. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. And I think I gained like 10 pounds and was like, no, 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 that's not good. And I just, always kind of knew that being big was, being a larger was bad for me. So, but I would try to lose weight, and it would last for 3 days. And then I'm like, I want to eat this thing and, this cake or whatever. And I would eat that, and there would go my
And you
diet.
would be in this 95% because this was a diet and you failed. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
It
I
does,
never thought of it that way.
it does seem, though, that the three of you understood it was food. Like,
Oh,
the
yeah.
acceptance community boggles my mind because they don't think it's food. They think
Yeah.
it's something else.
But what shocks me is I don't know if you follow. I think her name is Jordan. I think she started a YouTube channel called Lumpy Legs. She was that model with the picture
Oh,
with the
Oh
cute
yeah,
skinny one.
I don't
yeah.
follow her, but I've done videos on her. I
Oh
did
well,
the
and
600 pounds is
she
okay thing.
she did a video where she was, or I'm sorry, I think they identify as a he. My apologies, I'm
I
not
know.
trying to misgender. But they did a video saying, like, literally crying about having to do keto because that
Yeah.
work that helps lymphedema. And I'm shocked. I'm like, well, why wouldn't you want to eat a piece of meat, like a lovely piece of salmon or a steak or something?
Why don't
I
you want to
mean,
save your
They
life?
that's
want the
good
carbs.
too.
They want the processed carbs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They don't
it's all
want
about
the
carbs.
meat. No,
Yep.
steak all day. Steak.
And I mean, I'm on a
Yep.
diet. I'm on a weight loss journey. I just ate cookies with coffee right before this panel started. Like, yeah, my weight loss is kind of slow, but I'm still eating sweets,
Right.
and it's still going down.
Well, but at the same time, if you trip on the top of the stairs, you don't go, well, I guess I'm just going to fall down the stairs and go throw yourself down. That's what
Mhm.
I always think. If
Mm-hmm.
I slip up, I'm like, well, I'm not going to throw myself down the stairs. So, a
Mhm.
healthy eating decision can be my next meal, instead of eating something sugary, maybe I'll have something healthy, it doesn't have
Mm-hmm.
to end
Healthy eating.
everything.
What gimmicks and weight loss schemes did you try?
Oh, I used to take at one point weight loss pills, the sort that make you go to the toilet a lot. Like there was three pills every day: morning, day, afternoon, and evening. And evening one have some sedative. No, 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 not sedative. Like the one that make you poop. Uh, so yeah, every morning
Diuretic.
was poop.
Diuretic.
No, no, not direct. No, like yeah, okay. So the one that affects your digestive system a lot. So every morning after that pill was painful. Like I had so much cramping in my guts. It was really painful, and it didn't do much. of anything other than that. I used to take diuretics specifically when I was participating in some sort of diet bet, but there was no money involved even. It was just on some forum, and we would do weekly weigh-ins, and before that I would take diuretics, so my weight would be lower. I would do a lot of kind of fasting to lose weight. We have a specific word that describes it, like I can translate it to English as unloading day. It's basically the translation. Then when you would eat some sort of soup or cabbage or drink tea with milk or something, I would do the one with soup, but I would never even last one day because I was just way too hungry.
Go settle.
I like right now. I last week I did fast for 2 days, but I did it for a different reason. I did it more to rewire my brain because I realized I was slipping into bad habits. So I needed to this proof to my brain that I actually can go without this food for quite some time. So I don't really need it. But then it was specifically a quick fix to lose brain.
At first, before I got into the food gimmicks, it was all about the exercise gimmicks, like the ab rollers and those little. I was really big into anything that had to target the abs because that's how you get a six pack is all these $20 as seen on TV ab gimmicks and the little. I remember I had like a little electronic probes I put and it, like would send pulse and is equivalent to like 200 setups or something like that. I got the total gym because it was just all workout and it had nothing to do with food, right? And then whenever I would say not really any gimmicks with food, except I did do when I lost the weight after my son, I did do keto, but I legit did well on it and I followed it correctly and I did it for like 6 months. It's just I didn't transition back into regular very well. I didn't like reverse diet well. And so I did put on quite a bit. But keto itself, if done properly, and tracked and everything, I actually am a fan of it because I am more of a protein type person. I'm okay with no carbs. Like I'm not a carb addict. Um, but I did do that, which a lot of people do see as fads, dieting. But yeah, mine was all exercise related because, gosh, those as seen on TV gimmicks got me so much with those exercise things. That's the big thing. So when you were talking about ice skating earlier, it really resonated with me because when I was dropping the weight, this was pre my child. So pre my child, my goal to lose weight was to join the police academy. I needed to drop the weight. I needed to pass the fitness test. I wanted to be a cop. And I would go to the same park. It was a mile and a half lap, and week after week, we'd see the same people there. And after about 60 to 70 pounds down, this guy stops me and he's like, "Do you mind if I ask you a question?" This guy was like fit, and I had seen him every day for weeks, and we never spoke except for a little nod, right? He's like, "Were you an athlete?" And I said, "Yeah, I worked. I was an athlete my whole life. I started wrestling when I was 6, soccer my entire life. I played rugby in college, softball, everything, every sport under the sun, taekwondo, jujitsu." And then it wasn't, and he's like, he sees so many former athletes just explode because they don't change their eating habits. All they continue to eat the same. And so I think that's why so far into my adulthood, I just kept thinking about all the exercise stuff and wasn't attributing it to the weight. And it wasn't really until I would say the last 3 years watching Alan and Dash on Papaswolio and Michelle, and to realize
And me.
when you go, yeah, and you, yes, like I said, I've been watched so much of your content in the last couple months, but really realizing how little you burn during exercise, how little it is. Your 30 minutes a day is not going to negate the 23 and a half hours that you did nothing. Even if you stand at work, if you're standing stationary, you're still stationary.
Yeah.
And so it really actually has been the last 3 years or so that I really started to understand it is like the food. My watch is horrible and my watch is incorrect. It doesn't track it. And I mean, it took my mid 30s to actually have y'all watching your videos and stuff constantly telling me all day that's like, it's the food.
Uh, I'm sorry, I also have a point on this question. I realized that I can't work out my poor dad when I started consistently going to the gym to lose weight, and I gained 4.5 kilos in 2 months while exercising 3 times a week.
It's food.
It's the food.
Yeah, because hey, I can afford this extra cookie or this extra sandwich. I worked out
Do you
today.
know how many times when I was 20, I would go to the gym, then go up for nachos? I burned 200 calories. I'm going to eat 1,000. That's why I got
I'm working out. It's safe.
Yeah. Okay, Dee, I need to know.
I'm going to show my age because I did Slim Fast from back in the day when Sherry Belafonte was advertising it.
I remember that. I'm as old as you.
Oh,
Remember, Lydia's 44.
oh, I'm almost 50. I'm
I'm
48.
part of your generation. I'm part of your
Awesome. I tried appetite suppressants, which never ever worked, or I don't know. Maybe I took them wrong or something. Um, what else? I did Atkins, which actually it worked really well, but I can't remember her name, was saying that she didn't integrate very well back into eating normally, and I didn't either, so I just gained all the weight back. And then I also bought not diuretics. I bought X-Lax, but I never took them. I was too scared. I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen if I take this. So laxatives, that's it. I even carried the little box of laxatives around with me when I moved and stuff, and then finally I probably had them for like 10 years. I was like, I'm never gonna take those, and threw them away. And I tried starving myself, and that worked for like 2 days, and then you eat everything in sight.
I
My
weight, my weight loss journey started a year and a half ago, and I only lost 12 kilos as of right now, and I think it's great because for this year and a half, I haven't gained anything back. Like
Mhm.
it's slowly but moving downwards. It's very slow, but it's not going up again like it used to all the time before.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was younger, for sure. When I originally dropped the big chunk of weight to go to the police game, my mom was eating every meal with me, making sure we stayed on track. And we did, I guess, what they refer to as like paleo now. We called it the caveman diet. If a caveman couldn't eat it, I shouldn't eat it. So it was just whole foods. And we didn't track. And I think that was great because I just ate as much as I want, whatever I want. I just cut out all processed and just ate whole foods. And it took about a year and a half. I lost 80 pounds. And then when I did keto, I dropped 60 in like 6 months. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. Well, then I, put some of that back on, and I've been losing it very slowly, I would say, over the last year. And it is hard because a part of me just wants it off, and I really want to go back to that. But at the same time, I'm like, no, because I've always have put it back on. I'm like, this way, it's slowly. So it's still a mind struggle for me. Like I'm 39 and it is still a mind struggle to accept that the slow is the best because it will have long-term results.
Yeah, you have to like
Hmm.
read, or at least for me, I had to like retrain my brain. And sometimes I have to think through, okay, I want to eat this muffin or whatever, but I know in 30 minutes I'm gonna feel like doo doo, you know? So it
Well,
is a kind of retraining your brain.
and
Yeah.
it's really
I,
understanding what your issue is. Like my issue is I'm a boredom eater, and when COVID happened, I am work at home because I did switch careers 3 years ago. We got restationed. So I'm at home and my office is 10 feet from the kitchen. And I find myself, I'm a boredom eater. And at 39, in order for me to stay on track, I literally have to lock the pantry with a padlock that's a timer that will not unlock until that time because I will find myself mindlessly eating. Yes, I'll do my fitness pal and track all my meals. So my breakfast, lunch, and dinner is this. But if I'm not like watching my snacks out of boredom, next thing I know, I've eaten $600-700 worth of snacks over the day, just mindless. What I really
Absolutely.
resonated with you, Lydia, is your slogan, stay body positive but body honest. That
yeah,
really, because you have to be honest. Yes, you can love yourself, but you have to be honest with yourself. And so I honestly know I have to lock the pantry so I don't snack. And I hate that because I'm an adult and I should have that self-control, but I know I'm not. So I just want to let you know that that slogan really resonates with me. I just want to put that out there.
with me as well. That was
Oh,
a reason why I quit fat acceptance. I finally became honest with myself that I don't love my body as it is fat, because it is fat, and I don't think it's good for me. And I can't love my body while it's like that.
To feed
Yes.
yourself good things, because feeding yourself crap that makes you feel like crap is not loving yourself.
no.
Mm-mm.
Uh, Ukraine from US. We do teach our kids in school health and nutrition. My kid just finished third grade, and in her
Mm-hmm.
textbook there was a chapter named Healthy Lifestyle, which
Mm-hmm.
included healthy eating, healthy activities, mental health, sleeping schedule, hygiene, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Teach them in school.
Well, that
Mm-hmm.
drives me crazy when they're like, we have this food for the kids. Like somehow the kids are immortal and can eat junk. I'm like, you need to start teaching them young and change, get
Mm-hmm.
their palate to where they want to eat healthy things, where they don't want to eat crap.
I have never, ever, ever, ever made kid meals.
Yeah. But you can't end up in your 30s and realize the balance between exercise and calories and how it actually truly affects your body. Like it does hurt. Yeah, I remember vaguely the food pyramid, but they didn't actually discuss anything much in regards to actual proper nutrition and proper they don't teach like portions at all, like proper portions. Fortunately, I don't know if it's because my son went to school on base that it was different, but all the time he'll come home and be like, "Oh, I like broccoli. Broccoli's healthy, and corn is healthy." And he will actually he's in just finished kindergarten, and he'll actually state healthy food or be like, well, I can't have much of that because it's not healthy, so I can just have a little bit. And so they're teaching moderation, but I thought that was very weird and unique because I didn't think they taught it anymore. But he is getting a little bit, thankfully. But I'm also trying to set the example of no, we can't have that. It's not healthy, or let's limit it because
For I'm genetically predisposed to gain weight easily. So I also, one of the reason I'm losing weight is to show my daughter that it's possible actually, because if she's like me, she will be also predisposed to gaining weight a lot, easy, quick. But for her to know that it's not the end, you can work with that. You can live healthier. I want to
mm-hmm.
be the example.
Yeah,
There's a
and
website called the National Weight Control Registry, and it's rife with like studies and all kinds of stuff. Also, like personal stories of people that lost weight and kept it off for decades.
Mhm. Yeah, that's statistics because yeah, because they saw it as a diet and there was that end goal. You can't have that. No, it's like forever. So yes, if you look at diets, like when I did the keto diet, it failed, but
Yeah.
only because I failed because when I was transitioning out of it into I didn't transition properly into a normal adult and I went back to kind of my old eating habits. So that was on me and not the diet because the diet was successful. It was successful. It was I that
Yeah.
failed afterwards.
Tell me the words that you would like to give to people that are stuck in fat acceptance.
Well, my words are simple. Be honest with yourself. Be body positive, but also body honest. It's all you need. Realize, accept that you have a problem. Accept that you are fat. That's what fat acceptance is to me. Accept that you are fat. Accept that you are fat for a reason and work with that reason. Get help, get therapy if you need. Uh, find the reason why you are fat and work with the problem other than cover your eyes and tell yourself that it's normal because it's really, really not.
Um, Expand your mind. Watch other creators, watch other influencers just to get other perspectives and don't just listen to what they say, maybe not necessarily how they say it. Some people may not resonate. Maybe you're the one that needs someone in your face. Maybe you need someone to be kinder or sweeter. Maybe you just need someone blunt, straight to the point. But branch out and open up your little world because a lot of those in fat influence they're surrounded by other fat influence, so step kind of outside the box, open your mind to what other people are saying, just listen to the words coming out of their mouth and really just kind of find other points of view. We don't want to be in an echo chamber and we really kind of got to step out of that echo chamber.
I think they need to find their joy inside because they are so wrapped up in external validation. They need to find something inside instead of being worried about what everybody outside feels about them. Who cares? Just you do you. And also, I another thought was if you don't make time for your wellness, you will be making time for your illness.
I'd really like to thank Rena, Ashley, and Dee for participating in the panel. Your stories will be helpful to so many people. And rather than closing out with my signature outro, I'm going to use the words of panelist Rena.
What pisses me off is they say, my body is my temple, but why do you treat it like shit?